Hi, I'm Diana. Today's project is how to unblah your travel gear. I'm so excited to share with you my list of travel must-haves and also to show you why it matters that you care about your travel gear. I am taking international flights soon, and it's very important that I take these things with me. These are my international flight and even domestic flight must-haves. You might think of your travel gear as the luggage that you haul out of storage once or twice a year, but I like to think of my travel gear as my self-care while I'm away from my home. Feeling like you have your life organized in a beautiful way when you're away from your home is self-care. So I'd like to show you how I've upped my travel gear game over the past couple of years and made traveling easier and less chaotic, and therefore easier and better. I started with choosing travel bags in colors that I love. Every piece of travel gear that I choose now, I purposely choose it in garden colors because nothing makes me feel more peaceful and relaxed than being in a beautiful garden. And I mostly travel with a carry-on and a personal item-sized bag. And then I have a stealthy little travel purse that can go in and out of these bags. So I have a soft pink, hard-sided carry-on that can withstand anything in case it has to get checked. I try not to check it, but every once in a while they force you to check things. And I also have this deep purple carry-on bag that helps me stay organized. It has all the right pockets, it has all the right structure, and it looks gorgeous. Before I take any trip, I like to give these bags a spruce up. I like to wipe my carry-on down with a damp cloth. I like to use a magic eraser on my hard-sided carry-on and really scrub the marks out, because the last trip I took, they did force me to check it and it came back all marked up. But no worries, magic eraser takes care of all of that. In this video here, you can see that I've cleaned half of it with a magic eraser and the other half is still dirty, and you can totally see the difference. So I clean the whole thing with a magic eraser and get as many scuffs off as possible, which is 99% of them. Both of these bags have such great organized storage. I love traveling with them. They're an absolute delight as I'm traveling with them, and they're an absolute delight when I'm at my destination. Along with these travel bags in garden colors, another garden color is this little travel purse. And this is a crossbody bag that can help me stay organized during travel. I could also wear this on my most casual days when I'm at my destination. And I love this little travel bag because it's got a quick release. So if I've got this on and I've got maybe a cardigan on, or I've got other things that I'm tending to, I can very quickly get this off and I don't have to do this whole over my head panic move. Sunglasses flying off, you know what I mean. And inside this bag, I only carry my most important, pertinent things, which would be my wallet, my ID, and my money, and my passport. Speaking of passports, I love a beautiful passport holder. Again, we've got garden colors, the color of a rose. Delightful, beautiful, supple leather, and it's got RFID blocking, so you want to also maybe keep your credit cards in here while traveling. And look how snug as a bug in a rug that fits. Love it. I love when things just work and they look beautiful. There's nothing better. Love it. And before I take any trip, I make sure that all of my travel cubes have been freshly washed. I'd like to add that so that you're not stressed out at the airport, make sure you've checked your airline's baggage dimensions rules, and then measure your suitcase and your bag so you can feel calm and secure when you arrive and not have you stuff it in the box to not have it fit and then charge you $100. That's not how you want to travel. I love a beautiful travel wrap. Again, garden colors, green and beige. Gorgeous. Also, I just picked this up at the thrift store and gave it a good hand wash. And now I have a scarf that I'm not emotionally attached to. So if I lose this during travel or if it gets messed up in any way, I'm not heartbroken. And it really only cost me just a few dollars. And it's of a wonderful material. It works as a blankie, but it also doubles as style. Blankie. Here's something that's very important on an international flight in case you might be trying to sleep. I love an inflatable travel pillow because if you need a little extra space, suppose the sweater that you packed in your bag doesn't really fit. So you can deflate your travel pillow and shove your sweater in here, and then as you're boarding the plane, put that around your neck. And when you get on the plane, take it out and inflate your travel pillow. Or if you're doing okay with your packing, just pack it flat and put it in one of your pockets. This is economical on space. I love the inflatable travel pillow. The thing about a travel pillow that's inflatable is you can change the level of firmness. And I often need my pillow to be very firm, and I need it to have a snap here. And I'm going to show you why. I need it to be very snug so that my head can't go very far and I don't wake up with a stiff neck. And then your head can only go this far, and that is nice. Sometimes I like to take my scarf and tie that firmly around to really make it snug. And so you have to find the amount of snug that works for you. I like it very snug. And if you're claustrophobic, maybe don't do this, but this is what I do. And speaking of sleeping, how about a silk sleep mat, which comes in a beautiful protective bag. Why? Because I don't want sleep wrinkles when I wake up either. Sleeping on an airplane is already uncomfortable enough. So here I am sleeping, my head doesn't go further than this, and that allows me to have a much more comfortable rest and also not a face full of wrinkles when I get off the airplane. Let's talk about when we're not sleeping. You may notice that someone around you is a little sick. And if you hear coughing or sneezing or someone going, oh, you know that sound when people cannot breathe and they're miserable? Put a mask on. Do not have any pride about it. Put a medical mask on. There's a reason people wear these in hospitals, and it's to prevent flying things in the air going into your own mouth and nose. Put one on, you won't regret it. Also bring a little bottle of hand sanitizer and hand lotion because the sanitizer dries out your hands. I like to bring a little bit of zinc. Zinc is really great for fighting sicknesses, and I like to take it preventatively when I'm traveling, so I bring a few zinc tablets in my bag as well. I do love to bring a National Geographic magazine. It's the only time I find the time to sit and read them, and I always find some sort of fascinating story that I wouldn't have found otherwise. The last time I read a National Geographic on an airplane, I learned about dogs and about a Viking ship, and I'm mesmerized by these stories, and I think about them all the time. I truly believe this is the most interesting magazine you can read. I also like to pre-download a couple of podcasts that are very long. I like to bring my notebooks. I like to bring pens to write with that I enjoy writing with. I like to bring my noise-canceling headphones on every flight, and they get their own little bag so that I can feel organized. The noise-canceling headphones help so much on flights. It takes out the roar of the airplane. It makes it easier to listen to what I'm listening to, but I have to tell you that the last flight I was on involved a kicking and screaming child right behind me, and these really helped me stay sane. I also like to bring the extra cord with the headphones just in case I need to plug them into the plane, because sometimes they don't connect to the Bluetooth, so I want to be prepared in case I want to watch a movie. One way to be more comfortable on the airplane is to pre-game your hydration. So we're talking about right before we get on the airplane, you want to make sure you drink a large glass of water. You can bring an empty water bottle and you can keep refilling it. You don't have to pay for the $5 bottles at the airport. Make that $10 bottles. They're getting more and more expensive. But there are water filling stations now. It's becoming more common. You can bring an empty, nice water bottle because sometimes they don't come around enough with the carts. Not enough to stay really nicely hydrated. And that's going to help you be more comfortable on the airplane. I can just hear the pee-pee brigade right now saying, but then I'll have to get up and use the restroom the whole time on the plane. That is better than being dehydrated. Just don't wear a jumpsuit. Don't wear wide leg pants. Get an aisle seat. And the day before a trip, I always go to Trader Joe's and I pick up some snacks and a salad to go. Make sure you get a travel fork too. Even in addition to your carry-on and your personal item size bag, they do not count your food bag. I've never had it happen to me. If you've had that happen to you where they said, you cannot bring this food, well, just make sure you leave enough room in your bags that you can shove it in there in case you need to. But I've never had anybody call me on the food that I carry onto the plane. One last thing about comfort that someone told me that I should do is when you're only bringing just a pair or 2 pairs of shoes on a trip, you want to make sure that you bring these little stick-on heel pads, because if you're going to be doing a lot of walking and suddenly you find your shoes aren't as comfortable as you remembered, you're going to need things like these stick-on pads. And you might even want to put gel insoles in your shoes and wear them for a couple days before your trip just to make sure. Also, I don't have a lot of space to spare in my bag, so I really appreciate these folding sunglasses. Look how little this is. In its own little case, they're this big. I love that. So sun protection gear for me is also a travel must. I love the way these look. So there you go. There are my travel musts. And why? Because caring about your travel gear is about caring about yourself. You'll enjoy your travel more if you are stress-free and organized. You want whatever is the opposite of chaos when you are traveling. You need to know where everything is, and you need to make sure that you're feeling good. And when you're looking at beautiful things, it's going to help you feel better. Tell me what your non-negotiable travel essentials are in the comments below. Okay, enjoy your travels. I'll see you soon.